confidence is just reputation with yourself. Like if you want good confidence, like, hey, how do I have great confidence? You just need good reputation with yourself, right? Think about it. If I don't trust you, that means I don't have confidence in you. That means you might have a bad reputation. And so if you want to build your own confidence to a high level, then you've got to start building a better reputation with yourself. And so that reputation is a byproduct, I said on that post, of keeping the promises to yourself, right? So think about it this way. Every night when we go to sleep, right before bed, most of us set our alarm for the next morning. In other words, we're making a promise to ourselves that I'm going to wake up at a certain time. And you're setting that alarm based on the things that you have to do that day that will help you move towards your goals in life, right? I mean, otherwise you wouldn't set an alarm. You would just say, hey, fuck it. I'm going to wake up whenever and do whatever. But I'm guessing if you're setting an alarm, it's because you have shit to do. And the shit that you have to do is going to either take you closer to your goals or further away from your goals. Now, I can't imagine anybody would wake up and just do dumb shit like screen sucking off their social media and then wasting time and then eventually getting around to something. So odds are you're listening to a show like this, you're probably a high performer and you want to achieve more in life. And so you set that alarm at whatever time. Like in my case, I set my alarm for 5:30 a.m. And then when that alarm goes off, I never hit the snooze button. In fact, I don't even have a snooze button on my iPhone. I turned off that feature. It's a feature that you can turn off on your phones. Some of you didn't know that. But what's cool about that is that now I can keep the promise that I made myself the night before, that I'm going to wake up and then drink my 30 ounces of water because Sean Stevenson said so. Sean Stevenson wrote a great book called Eat Smarter. Followed that up with Sleep Smarter. Actually, it was the other way around. Sleep Smarter came out first and then Eat Smarter came out second. Anyway, he's got a great show. Shout out to Sean, the Model Health Show. And look, he's a dear friend and he's a scientist. And when that dude says first thing in the morning, you want to drink 30 ounces of water because your brain requires a lot of water. And when you're sleeping at night and you're breathing, you are dehydrating yourself. You want your brain to function well. Awesome, man. I don't hit the snooze button. I believe that one action helps me build a greater amount of confidence and reputation with myself because immediately I kept a promise to myself. And now I stacked a W. A win instead of an L. Had I hit the snooze button, that means I broke the promise to myself. I've now become untrustworthy and unreliable. My subconscious mind says that I've got bad reputation with myself and that I am not worthy of greater success in achieving my ambitions and dreams, right? And so if you just look at it that way, then it makes sense to not hit the snooze button. And so that's what I really said on this post. And of course, some asshole decides that, hey, bro, that sounds a little extreme. Why don't you take it easy? What's wrong with sleeping in a little bit? Now, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with sleeping in a little bit. This is the problem with the take it easy generation that we're living in, the take it easy mentality, the seeking balance mentality. I'm not saying be so lopsided that you're just making all this money, but you're massively out of shape and that you have eroded your relationships and you're mentally distraught. But by God, the take it easy mentality, some of you have drunk from that well far too long, right? And the way I look at it is in all of life, man, we could either be a crop duster or a fighter jet. And I talk about this in my book, Man Up. And I talk about that the fighter jet is someone who is definitive in their life. They have an idea of what their purpose is, what their calling is, and they work towards those goals every day. Yeah, some days you'll achieve more towards those goals, and some days you'll achieve less towards your goals. But every day you're making forward momentum towards your goals. That is the fighter jet mentality. You're type A, and you're action oriented, and you have this proclivity to lean into action, right? And then the take it easy generation, hey, bro, take it easy. What's wrong? Why can't you just relax a bit? Hit the snooze button. Get your 10 to 20 minutes of extra sleep. I'll tell you why, man, because you just made a promise to yourself the night before, and then now you're hitting the snooze button, and then all of a sudden you tell your subconscious mind that I'm a loser, that I can't even keep my own promise to myself, and subconsciously you end up making a string of bad decisions all day long. Whereas for me, I don't hit the snooze button, and a lot of the high performers that I know don't hit the snooze button, and because of that, I get up and I dominate my day, man. I get up and I drink my 30 ounces of water, and then I send out my 3 gratitude text messages to 3 people that I love and that I respect and that I have great gratitude for and appreciation for. They've maybe helped me out in my path in life, because I know that sometime throughout the day, those 3 people are going to respond back via text and tell me how awesome I am and how thankful and grateful they are for that message. And I know, I can tell you this, I've been doing this for over almost 10 years now, sending out 3 gratitude text messages a day. And when I do, more often than not, people are like, man, I needed to hear that. Things haven't been going well for me today, and I needed to hear that. Thank you so much for being a light, shining a light in my life. And I'm like, dude, you're welcome. So at least 3 times a day, I get positive affirmation if the rest of my day went to shit, right? And because I kept my promise to myself, I'm more likely to stack more wins. So now I've had my 30 ounces of water. I sent out my 3 gratitude text messages. And then I listened to my favorite channel on Spotify. For me, it's the Jack Johnson channel. It's very chill, and I'm listening to Jack Johnson as he's serenading me as I'm showering, and then I go downstairs and I turn off Jack Johnson, have my coffee, my protein shake, and I'm working on my laptop on my GSD list. You see how I just keep stacking wins? And then by 9 a.m., I'm headed to my gym. And again, I'm stacking wins. By the time I get to HQ at 11 o'clock, I am ready to dominate my day. All because I chose not to hit the snooze button. But what if I decided that I should just take it easy today and let myself sleep in for an extra 10, 15, 20 minutes? Well, maybe I only drink half of my water. Maybe I decide to cut corners because I don't have time and not send out those 3 gratitude text messages, right? Because you got to make up that, 10, 15, 20 minutes from somewhere. And then maybe, just maybe, I'm like, you know what? I'm only going to finish the top 3 things on my GSD list, get shit done list, and I'm not going to do the last 2. I'll get around to it tonight. And maybe I'm going to skip my workout, or if I go do a workout, it might be a half-assed workout. You see how all of a sudden the day has gone to shit. And what would be the formula for a productive, efficient, profitable day that would leave me fulfilled has now been a day of chaos, of feeling behind the 8 ball, of anxiety, of incongruency, feeling like a hypocrite. Because how the hell am I going to call myself a leader and put an optimistic post on social media, try and help the world, try and move my companies ahead, when I was so weak and gave into the temptation of hitting that goddamn snooze button, right? And so in life, we could either operate as a fighter jet and have definitiveness, or we could be a crop duster and really just go, well, what do I feel like doing? I feel